Here we have question 13b. We know the expression 1 plus ax to the n, 1 plus ax to the n, equals 1 take 10 on 3x plus 5x squared take ... We need to figure out, firstly, what a equals, and secondly, what n equals. But luckily, we've only expanded this thing for 3 terms. You can see that 1 is a term, minus 10 on 3x is a term, and plus 5 on x squared is a term. So my generic ax plus 1 plus ax to the n, well, that's the same as nc0, 1 to the n, ax to the 0, nc1, 1 to the n take 1, ax to the 1, and we've got nc2, 1 to the n take 2, ax to the 2. And these, I should have done a minus and a plus. So, I'm going to have a look at what equals what. So, this one is this one. This one is this one. And this one is this one. So, I know 1 equals nc0 times 1 to the 1 times, well, 1. nc0, anything c0 is 1, so 1 equals 1, no help. So these were the yellow ones. Let's now have a look at our orange ones. We've got minus 10 on 3x. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I'd grabbed that too. Equals this. Now, we've got minus 10 on 3x equals minus, well, we've got nc1 is always n. 1 to anything is 1. Ax to the 1 is just ax. I'm going to assume x doesn't equal 0, and I'm going to get rid of the x's. So I know minus 10 on 3 equals minus an. There's not much I can do with that yet. So I'm going to put an asterisk next to it and come back to that. Let's do the same with our reds. We've got this 5x squared equals this whole thing. So we've got 5x squared equals nc2 times, well, 1 to the n take 2 is just 1, times a squared x squared. I've got x squared appearing on both sides. So I've got 5 equals nc2 times a squared. So a is going to be 5. I don't know if this is necessarily the easiest way. This is how I'm going to do it. Which means a equals the square root of 5 on nc2. No, that's totally got to be the hardest way. I remember seeing some kind of rule for nc2. Here it is. This will be very useful. So this nc2, I'm going to highlight it in, I don't know, pink, equals this thing. So that's what I'm going to replace that with. I've got 5 equals half n minus 1 times a squared. Okay, which means a squared equals 5 on all of this, which means a equals the square root of all of this, which means this, I can replace the a with that. That cannot be the easiest way to do this. What about if instead I rearrange this equation to be, well, we've got 10 on 3 divided by negative n equals a, which means a equals positive 10 on 3n. Negative divided by negative positive. Okay, so I'm going to now chuck this in for a. So I've got 5 equals a half n minus 1 times 10 on 3n squared. All right. So I've got 5 equals a half times n minus 1 times 100 over 9n squared. Cancel one of these n's out. Anything cancel? Just anything to possibly make this easier. So I'm going to get 5 equals n minus 1 times 50 on 9n. I'm going to times both sides by 9n. Because I don't like it being on the bottom. I've got 45n equals n minus 1 times 50. So I've got 45n equals 50n take 50. Okay, which means I've got 50 equals 5n. So n equals 10. Okay, sub that back into a equals, yes, I'm on bus duty, 10 on 3n. So a equals 10 on 3 times 10. So a equals 1/3. N equals 10. A equals 1/3. Let me know if you find an easier way to do that.